Let's review all the Pokemon I caught in Pokémon Sleep in 2025 that were good enough to stay in my box. And that includes a whopping 24 Shinies that I didn't hunt, averaging 2 per month. Actually, I caught 26, but I transferred 2. RIP to the 2 that I gave to Neroli. And you heard me right, I didn't hunt them. This all happened while I slept. But this video isn't really about Shinies. It's about why Pokemon are still in my box. Because every Pokemon that we look at today is here for a reason. Either I've invested in it, I plan to invest in it, or I regret investing in it and I just can't let it go. Or, it's the best version of some Pokemon that I found so far, and it's the one that I'm trying to replace. So let's look at every Pokemon that fell asleep in my camp in 2025, that trusted me enough to eat biscuits out of my hand, and that didn't get shipped off to Neroli's, surviving to see the year 2026. When relevant, I'll also share some stories and memories about this, so you could think of this as like a year in review of my Pokemon Sleep experience. We're going to start off today with Temporarion. Temporarion is an Eevee that I caught and that I put a lot of sleep hours into, enough to evolve it. It needs 150 to evolve, and that is not really very good. It doesn't have a good nature for its specialty. It has a good sub-skill at level 75, which obviously this isn't going to get there, but it did have Berry Finding S and Skill Level Up M, which meant that during the Cresselia event, I was able to take advantage of +3 to its main skill level and run it at main skill level 7. That combined with Berry Finding S of the guaranteed Psychic Berry and my lack of other berry specialists to do that, made this one of the best options I could put on my team, even though it was a subpar Espeon, which is why it earned the nickname Temporarion. It didn't even get a star up in the corner as a favorite, because it's meant to be replaced. At the time it was the right call, but I'm definitely never going to use this thing again. That said, it gets to stick around until I have another Espeon in my box. Next up is Bingo. During the New Year's event, we collaborated with Velociraptor to do Bingo last year. I guess we didn't figure that out this year. One of the challenges on the Bingo card was to nickname a Pokemon without looking at its stats. And in honor of Bingo, I named this one Bingo. You can see it has triple corn, and actually some of you would be dying to have this as your corn farmer because it could be sub-skill seeded to have Ingredient Finder M, Helping Speed M, and Helping Bonus. I will probably eventually invest in this, but I'm working on a different Beware right now, and I have corn covered by a Dragonite, so it gets to sit in the box. It's really good, but it's waiting around till I'm on my second round of ingredient specialists. Maybe I should get it up to level 30 at least. Next up is Raptor. Raptor is a Raichu that I caught as a Pichu, and it is one of my best berry specialists that I have ever caught. It has Berry Finding S and Helping Bonus and a Speed of Help Up nature. It doesn't get a lot better other than every time it grows a level, it gets a lot better because it's a berry specialist. But as you can see, this thing got investment and I was running it all the time on Old Gold Power Plant. This Raichu is named Raptor because it's paying tribute to Velociraptor, who used to have Raichu as his best Pokemon, but now I guess I need to go catch a Cresselia and name it Velocity. Next up is Noto. Noto is an ingredient specialist ABB for oil production, and this is one that I actually kind of regret investing in. The RX in its name is to remind me that it has a research experience bonus, and that's primarily what it was getting used for. I was running it for a lot of sleep hours, trying to get my research experience up to 65, and casually investing in this along the way, because it had Helping Bonus and Helping Speed M with an ingredient list that was going to be good enough. At level 100, this thing will be excellent for oil production, but that's a little too far away here in 2026. And I caught something else this year that made me replace this, even though we almost got it all the way up to level... Oh wait, it's not actually that close. I thought I got this to level 57, 53. Okay, I regret this less now, but I'm pretty sure I used some candy boosts on this thing. I'll probably still take it up to level 60, and it'll still be a backup oil option. Next up is M, a Psyduck. M in my box is a naming convention I used to mean this thing would need a mint. This one is interesting because it has Berry Finding S, double skill trigger, and it's a bold nature, which is Speed of Help down. It's interesting, and it's probably still, I mean, it's definitely still very strong even with this nature. Most likely I will never use it because I have better Golduck options already in my box, but also like Psyduck, come on guys. We're known for having good Psyducks on this channel. How will we ever make a meme team of 4 Golducks and a healer And we don't have 4 Golducks. Next up is Slowpoke. This Slowpoke is interesting because it has ABB, it has helping bonus and helping speed, and speed of help up. So it's kind of a fast poke, if you know what I mean. There's also a future meme team in my mind of having a team that you just run for Slowpoke tails. I'm thinking it's 4 Slowbros and a Suicune to just get a bunch of tails. That's really all. It's a meme team though. It's not anything that's really practical, and it's something that I'll probably do in the next 17 years. So why am I saving this one? Next up is Tina. Tina has seen some things. It's been running on my team a lot in the last several months. Tina is blessed to have helping speed M and skill trigger M right away in its sub skills, and skill trigger S eventually. Unfortunately, it has experience gains down, so it's going to be a long time before it sees that level 75 anyway, but we're willing to go slow as long as she's raking in the shards, and she is, because we put 6 gold seeds on this thing this year, and we appreciate the work that she does. Next up is Rufflet. Now, this is in my box still because it's kind of interesting. It has a discount on the Berry Burst skill, it has Berry Finding S and main skill chance up. It's kind of not as synergistic as other builds could be, but it's also kind of a budget option, and maybe there will be some flying event in the future that it comes in really handy for. I don't know. I will probably let this go at some point because I have a better option. Next up is Magnemite. The DS is to remind me has Dream Shard Magnet. Oh, sorry, not Dream Shard Magnet. I got confused because it's a Magnemite. It has Dream Shard bonus, and this one's interesting because it has skill level up S and M. And so if I happen to run this on a Dream Shard team for long enough, it would get 3 main skill unlocks, and then we could evolve it, and it would be a great overnight pod expander, but that's gonna take a lot of time, especially considering I've never used it on a Dream Shard team so far. So it's great in theory. Next up is Less Than Bonjour. Bonjour is the name of my Gengar that is a mushroom farmer, and as you can see, this is an ABB mushroom farmer. It has Dream Shard bonus, it has Berry Finding S, it has an Ingredient Finding Up nature, and we could have Ingredient Finder M at level 50. So very interesting to me because it has some extra strength on its berries and should be very good at finding mushrooms. Unfortunately, it is not as good as my current Gengar, so it hasn't seen investment. Maybe I could take this up to level 30 or 50 at some point, at the very least. Give me some extra coverage for expert mode mushrooms. That sounds insane of a sentence to say. Moving on, we have another Eevee named M, which means it would be a mint boy. This one's interesting because it has all of the skill levels for free. It has skill trigger M at 50, but it would need a mint for sure. But this could be another interesting non-investment Pokemon because Eevee candies seem to come so plentifully. I could easily spin this up into something for an event. Another Espeon? Maybe I don't have a reason to use this. The whole point of this Eevee is to be a budget Eevee because I don't put the gold seeds in it, but it would require a mint, so I think I should have probably let this one go. Next up is Shiny Sprigatito. This one is ABC, and it's our first shiny that we were reviewing, and I like it because it's a usable shiny. It's got speed of help up in the nature, it's got ingredient finding M at 25. I don't love the ABC list for Meowscarada personally, but that's mostly because I just wish it was an ABB list. Next up is Charjabug, who is also an M candidate. Man, adding mints to the game really changed how I evaluated things because I've been keeping a lot of things that could be mint potential, even though I don't have any mints to use. I already used them. As you can see, and you might have seen before, we have a lot of grubbin candies, and this is the only mono that I ever caught, at least that I can remember. Maybe I caught some really bad monos. I kind of doubt it though. I think I would have held on, but I got that AAA coffee list, and look at the sub skills on this thing. Ingredient finding, helping speed, inventory, all upgradable. Okay, actually helping speed is not upgradable, and speed of help down. So ideally I'd get a little bit more if I didn't have speed of help down, but timid is one of those natures that you want to get the Pokemon level up very high before you mint it, so it would be a long-term mint candidate. And also I caught something else for coffee while I was on this hunt. You can see February 9th I was at Old Gold Power Plant hunting for a coffee farmer, and then on Valentine's Day, guess who showed up? Shiny Aggron. ABB, so Coffee Farmer, and look at this thing. Helping bonus, skill trigger, doesn't matter actually, skill trigger, ingredient finder S, ingredient finder M at 75, so we're gonna have to take it there, and eventually skill trigger more that it doesn't need, but a mild nature, so helping bonus and double ingredient finding on a shiny. Man, this thing is one of my luckiest catches by far, and it came in on Valentine's Day, so you know we had to name it Valentino. And speaking of being lucky, I am very fortunate to have your support watching my channel. Thank you for being a subscriber, and a special shout out and thank you to the newest members of our channel. iBenBrown, Mike Jalix, at least I think that's how you say that, Laraki Nerd, and Sleeper C 1654. Thank you all so much for supporting my channel as members. It really means a lot to me. Next up is Pichu. Now this Pichu, I don't know why I kept catching Pichus after I got Raptor and was already invested. I guess for that theoretical Alolan Raichu. Actually, yeah, that's exactly what happened, because at this point in the year, February, oh, this was also on Valentine's Day, so probably there was nothing else to catch after I got that shiny Aeron, but it has Berry Finding S, so I got to stick around. Other than that, I mean, the ingredient finding down is kind of nice, but it's like a pretty good Pichu. I guess because it has a split evolution, it's a, hey, what's my next best Pichu that I could turn into a Alolan Raichu if it ever got added? And I think at the time, because we knew Cresselia was coming, we thought maybe a Alolan Raichu could get added, and so suddenly I needed another Pichu candidate. Did we know that? I don't remember. And after Pichu, we caught Mimikyu. This Mimikyu is named Needs Jump to 60, and that was because when I was assessing it, I realized that in order to be a better option than other things that I could run, it was going to need to be a high level, and I still fully intend to invest in this. Maybe this year it will get some main skill seeds, but you can see skill trigger S and helping bonus. The skill trigger S is upgradable. Fortunately, all of those inventories block each other out, and main skill chance up in the nature, so this will be a really great berry specialist skill specialist because of its main skill being Berry Burst, but it's going to need all of those gold seeds, and it's going to need to be a high level in order for me to run it. But it's on my list as my Ghost Berry option because it's the best Ghost Pokemon I have right now. Definitely it's going to see some Mimikyu boosts this year. Next up is a shiny Togetic. This is in my box for sure because it's shiny, but if I recall correctly, I think it is usable. Helping speed M, okay, maybe not. Speed of help up. It's interesting because it's a shiny, and it's not terrible, but it's not great. It needs an extra main skill seed because it's a Togetic. We probably won't ever use it, but it's a fun shiny to have in the box. Next up is Less Than Dumb. Okay, so let me explain this nickname a bit. I have a different Charizard that's a shiny Charizard named Katrai Doom. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. It's supposed to translate in Latin to black ginger because it's a shiny Charizard, so it's black, and it has the ABB list like this one does. And you're gonna see that this one has ingredient finder S, ingredient finder M, and those two things together are great selling points. Makes it hard for me to transfer this because it's like really good, but it's actually not as good as my other option. Let's take a look at that real quick, just for a quick comparison. You can see here ingredient finding S and M. Actually, it has basically the same, plus it gets better with helping speed eventually, and also it's shiny. But I actually caught this one at the beginning of 2024, so that's not what this video is about. Let's get back to our dumb guy. Yeah, I could probably transfer this guy, but it's just good, so I don't want to transfer something that's relatively good. Maybe one day they'll add mega evolutions and I'll need to be running a dragon type ginger farmer and a fire type ginger farmer at the same time, and I can, right? Next up is Cubone. This Cubone is the best Cubone I've ever caught. Helping bonus and speed of help up, and that's it. And if I ever invest in Cubone, I will probably transfer this. Also, I've been using Cubone candies in the Cramomatic all week, so probably never gonna invest in this. He's lucky to be alive. Next up is Eevee. This Eevee doesn't have an M in its name, but I'm pretty sure it's not great. Skill level up M, speed of help up. Those two things put me in another temporary Eevee situation. I probably don't need so many temporary EVs, but the main idea here is it already has 2 main skill levels, so it could benefit from extra skill levels in an event on short notice. Well, unless it needs 150 sleep hours like Temporaryon did, but Whatever. Next up is a Magneton. Its name is 25, 25, 25, 25, 25 Pokemon in my box. 25 things that It's nicknamed 25 because I needed to get it to level 25 to be worth running. It actually was a Magnemite. It got a little bit of investment randomly when I was trying to expand the box, and it actually came in clutch on some random day in this past year when I was trying to get one more. Did I say expand the box? I meant to expand the pot. When I was trying to expand the pot one time, obviously it would need a sub-skill seed, but I have a different Magnemite that I would invest in if I was going to be investing in a Magneton, a Magnezone, whatever that thing's called. So this was definitely just a temporary get it up to 25, and came in clutch one time. Maybe it will come in clutch again some other time. Next up is Becca Blue. Oh, guys, Becca Blue is an all-star. Some of you will remember when I caught this. I caught it as a Mareep. It was a top belly. You know, you pull up Snorlax, and on his little belly there's just this sheep that's pink and it's shiny, and then you catch it and it's so usable, even though it has not a great nature. But Charge Strength M is its main skill, which is a very strong skill on a skill specialist. We got some free main skill seeds, Skill Trigger M and Helping Speed M, like gets better at level 100 with Skill Trigger S. Unfortunately, it has a Calm Nature, which is net positive with main skill chance up, but it's a little slow. But it's slow because it's pink and it's a sheep, people. She is actually raw strength wise, individual performance wise, better than my Golduck now here at level 57, and I'm really looking forward to unlocking that other egg slot at 60 to just supplement my eggs. Not that I really need to supplement them, but I like getting any Pokemon to level 60 these days. Between the shiny Aron that became Valentino the Aggron and this, it's hard to choose who my favorite is this year, but it's probably one of those two, and I'll come back to this if I think of something else that might be one of my favorite catches, but certainly those guys are in the top two at this point. Because usable Pokemon are hard to find on their own in this game, so to find one that's shiny and usable, and then not just usable for those two, but shiny and really good, like that's luck. You can call it YouTuber luck, but that's luck for sure. Next up is Sprigatito, is what it sounded like it says, but it's a Dedenne. Dedenne has been one of my white whale hunts this year. This one got to stick around because it had main skill chance up and helping bonus, and eventually berry finding S. This is the one that I kept thinking, maybe I should just settle, maybe I should just settle, maybe I should just settle. As you can see, still haven't settled here, still have lots of Dedenne candies, but doesn't get investment. We'll find out why later in the box. This is Moana. Moana is a Muna, not a Munna, because apparently Pokemon names have pronunciations. And I caught this shiny Muna during the Psychic Week in preparation for the Cresselia event. It's pretty good, but not great. It has this double helping speed, and you want helping speed on berry specialists. Already before the end of 2025, Muna was outclassed by the Natu and Xatu line. So this is interesting because it's a shiny. It's also a much better shiny as a Muna than as a Musharna, in my opinion. So I think this is just a trophy for my box. But don't tell her that. Next up is Flareon. Pretty sure this is one of those Pokemon that we caught because it was hungry over time. And fortunately, this Flareon, if I recall, is usable. Helping Speed S is there, Skill Trigger S is there. They're sub-skill seedable. If we accidentally hit the Silver Seed on ingredient finding, that could be awkward. It's gonna need a bunch of gold seeds obviously for helping us expand the pot, but I mean also its experience gains down. It's kind of expensive for like we traded off the candy, but listen, I don't catch good Eevees. I've had a lot better luck catching good evolutions overall than I have Eevees in this game, if I'm being perfectly honest. Next up is Swalot. This Swalot doesn't have a nickname, but it's probably here because it's still really decent. Not great, because my great ones have nicknames, but helping bonus, Skill Trigger S, upgradable, serious nature. So I mean, two good things, but the third good thing is that it's a Swalot. And so that's why it gets to stick around in the box. Having helping bonus on a Pokemon that I would be running with my other Dream Shard Pokemon seems like a win. But most likely I will probably be investing in a not Swalot for my fourth Dream Shard Mon spot on the team. Sorry Swalot, but you get to stick around because you're Interesting. Next up is Arcanine. I'm pretty sure that this Arcanine is okay. Helping speed M, skill trigger S. So basically investable. It's kind of a trap when it comes to the silver seeds because it could hit on the inventory twice. It's also going to need an extra gold seed because it was caught as an Arcanine, but it's certainly interesting. Also, would rather have BFS on an Arcanine in case it triggers on itself, but this is actually probably one that I could let go. I just am not brave enough to let go any of them while I'm recording the video. Next up is Cresselia's here, and look at this thing and its wannabe main. So this is the basic Cresselia that everyone catches as their first Cresselia. If you didn't know, your very first legendary catch will always have the same subskills in a neutral nature. It will be usable by level 100, but some people may never catch another legendary, so at least you have something usable. And because it's one of two Cresselias I have, it gets to stick around, even though you can only use one at a time, and even though I'll probably use the other one if I use Cresselia. But also you can see that there's some experience on this one. That's because it was on the Sleep team for a little bit during the Cresselia event. If you don't remember, there was a bonus, I think it was like a drowsy power multiplier if you had Cresselia on your Sleep team during the Cresselia event. It'll be interesting to see what different kinds of mechanics they add if they add a new legendary this year, because that Cresselia one was like a 1 week thing that we've never seen anything like it ever again. Maybe it was it was a 2 week thing because it was a 2 week event. Next up is Florgato. No. Okay, this one isn't shiny, but I have a couple of shiny Sprigatito lines in my box, but also it's hard to see the shiny on this one. Anyway, this one is here because it is mono potato. Now I'm covering potatoes in my box with Kangaskhan, so this thing is very good though. Ingredient finder could be upgraded to M, helping speed S, and eventually M. Experience gains up, which means it's an easier invest, but it would be a mono potato option that's above average. I did catch it as a Florgato, so it was either because it was a big hit or because we whittle away at a hungry one over time, or maybe because there was nothing else to catch on the field and it was hungry. I don't actually remember, but it's like good but not great. And as you can see from my Sprigatito candies, have not made a major investment into this line yet because I don't really know what I want it to do still. Next up is Hostess. And Hostess, guys, look at this. We are so close. Just a couple more days of on my Sleep team and we will have it up to level 60 to unlock bean sausages. Now I know most of you are not using Beware for bean sausages, and maybe Citadel has changed this, or Cititan, but at the time Beware was in the top 3 for bean sausage farmers, and I already had corn covered with Dragonite, so I was looking for an AB Beware, and this one has ingredient finder M. It required a mint to overcome its speed of help down to give me just a little bit more sausages. Because it has helping bonus, it felt worth it to me. I just went and pulled the trigger. I haven't even used this all that much, but it is going to be my best sausage farmer in 3 more levels. It's going to take me from, I think, 80 sausage a day with my current AAC Charizard that is sitting at like level 50 something, not unlocking its fiery herbs, but this will take me to over 100 a day. I don't remember the exact number, and that's 100 a day on average. On a bad day, it's going to bring me 0. I already know, this little heartbreaker, but its name is Hostess because Hostess, that's the stuff. Oh, get it? Also, Hostess. If you would like this to be a sponsored part of the video, you should have called me in advance. Maybe I should have named this thing Little Debbie. Next up is the other Cresselia that I caught. So I've only ever caught 2 Cresselia. This is the second one. This one has skill trigger S and helping speed S that are upgradable. We might hit the inventory though. It doesn't have a nature, well, that does anything. It has a bashful nature. And this Cresselia might actually see investment from me one day. Shout out to our friend Velociraptor who helped me assess this Cresselia and understand how good of a Natu would I have to catch to beat out this Cresselia. And short version here is that I would need a Natu with Berry Finding S and Helping Speed M, so very achievable that I could find something that would be better than this Cresselia in the long run. Cresselia is also very expensive to invest in. The legendary experience curve is very different from a basic experience curve in this game. Also gold seed investment, also potentially wasting silver seed investments here. Actually, this is a funny scenario where right now I have 1 in 3 odds of hitting the sub skill that I want with a silver seed, but once I unlock level 50, I would have 50-50 odds at getting a silver seed on one that I want, so I think it's actually better to wait Well, if at any point I'm actually investing in Cresselia, I'm going to be dropping those seeds, but it's down in the backlog because I'm willing to hunt for Natu for a while before I would pull the trigger on this. It would be for berry coverage for psychic berries. Also, if you didn't know, there's some weirdness with Cresselia in the Rain-X tool. If you are a free Rain-X user, like I am, it's always going to treat Cresselia like it's on a team with full unique psychic Pokemon. So it's always going to overrate Cresselia when you're analyzing it. And that's why I asked for Velociraptor's help. But basically, know that if you catch a pretty good Cresselia, which I would say that this is, you could beat its overall strength production for psychic berries with a berry finding S, helping speed M, Xatu, and hopefully you could even catch a better Xatu than that. Look for 3 good things. But if you catch a Cresselia that is better than this minimum investable, like Mr. Raptor has, then probably you should use that Cresselia because that thing is going to be a beast, a duck beast. And you know we like ducks on this channel, right guys? Oh. He's sleeping. Next up is Ivysaur. Now this is another one I'm pretty sure I could let go. It's not like I need it for honey, and honey potato is not like a great combination. I'm pretty sure there's not a ton of synergy there across the meals, but ingredient finder M, berry finding S, it's like usable. And I was thinking, maybe one day I just need some honey really fast and I'm put on my Venusaur and I evolve this guy, make him level 30 just in case he could get the honey a little faster. I don't know why I feel like I can't let this guy go, but he's still here. So next up is Neroli, my Darkrai. My Darkrai has never eaten a Eureka Seed before. How about we just use the first one right now? Psych. Nope. I'm gonna wait till I can just use 100 at the same time in 32 years. We've covered Darkrai plenty on this channel, and mine is literally nothing special because nothing has happened to it. All it has done is join my box and received a couple of nicknames if you've seen my shorts. Next up is a Wynot. This Wynot I think is okay. A skill trigger S, eventually helping speed and main skill chance up. So like it would need a sub skill seed, and obviously it would need all the gold skill seeds, and obviously it would need some serious buffs because why would I ever choose to run this over Gardevoir? Next up is Shiny Cleffa. Now this Cleffa is only good because it's shiny. If I recall correctly, it has helping speed and ingredient finding down is goodish, but it's mostly just a trophy. Next up is something called Paldean. After I started the year at Old Gold Power Plant hunting for a coffee farmer, I switched to hunting for a cacao farmer. I was working on casually leveling up my ABB Blastoise. That was going to be pretty good for cacao, but because I had already pivoted on Blastoise several times, I just wasn't getting the candy. It had research experience bonus. It was part of that team with the Luxray, just casually working its way up while I was working on raising my research experience. But while I was hunting for a AAA Paldean Wooper, I caught some other interesting Wooper candidates, like this one that's ABB, has ingredient finder M and S. It's a little expensive with experience gains down, especially because it would not outproduce my Aggron that we looked at earlier. But also this one could be an interesting one to take to level 30, and if I ever roll Poison Berry in expert mode, could be a good coffee helper. But I'm not at the point where I'm investing in ingredient specialist to level 30 for expert mode just yet, but maybe one day we'll do that. Next up is Krogunk. While I was at Taupe Hollow, I was casually hunting Krogunk. If I caught one that was AAA, I might have been willing to invest in the right circumstances if it was going to be able to reach level 60 before the Luxray. This one is good because it's ABB, and the only reason that I would have saved it is because it had good sub skills and maybe a good nature, but also I'm pretty sure it's not good in the sense of Krogunk is not good for bean sausage overall. Helping speed, ingredient finder, a decent option. If I was going to do the expert mode strategy with this one, it would probably still need to come up to level 50, but also I'm pretty sure I could do that, and we're not going to check, but there's a lot of candies there obviously because I never invested in Krogunk. Anyway, next up is Defib. Guys, I caught this. I was so excited about it. I've been raising it up. I was using mini candy boosts on it throughout the year. And as you can see, it does not have the gold seed investment yet. But skill trigger M, helping speed S, that is upgradable, skill trigger S eventually, and speed of help up nature. This thing is like really good on paper, right? The problem I have is at level 50, even with a silver seed to make that helping speed, this thing is still a worse healer than my Gardevoir. And even if I go to old gold power plant, Gardevoir at its current level of 64 still provides more berry strength than this thing with the matching favorite berry. So I had brought this up and used it during the triple type week event as my healer on expert mode because it got +3 to its main skill during that event. So it was healing at full capacity, and in that situation, because of the penalties on Gardevoir in expert mode, this thing is better. But outside of that, I have not found the situation for me to actually use this. For a long time, it was set to be my next 3 gold seeds were going into this, and now I kind of wish I had hunted for one with helping bonus. And I mean, better stats is hard to come by. This is really good, but it's only really good if I didn't already have something that was even better. So it's still probably going to be an expert mode healer. Eventually it probably will get the gold seeds, but at this point I kind of wish I hadn't invested a bunch of mini candy boosts into it, because doing it all for that 1 week in expert mode probably wasn't worth it. Next up is a Rattata. This Rattata is probably decent, but I'm still hunting Rattata. Helping speed M and S, and that's it. So it's just the one to beat right now. Next up is Slackoth. I've said this before, I don't really know what to do with a Slackoth at all. I mean, I guess I'm looking for a berry finding S, so this one will probably go away eventually, but like, Slackoth is good at finding ingredients, it's good at triggering its main skill, and it's a berry specialist, so every sub skill is good on Slackoth. I have to go wrap my head around this one. Next up is Weavile. Fun fact, I actually caught Weavile before I ever caught a Sneasel because it mega hit on a catch. And this one is alright. It's got helping speed, it's got main skill chance. Okay, it's actually not good, but for a while it was part of what I call my Skittles team, which is my overnight tasty chance team while I was hunting for Dedenes. And so it saw some action. It never got any sleep hours because it would get switched off for the daycare strategy, but I have a Weavile in the box. Next up is Shiny Swablu, and it's definitely here because it's shiny, not because of anything else it's doing. It's never going to see investment, but at some point I might be willing to evolve it just to get the Altaria in the Pokedex. But for now, Altaria candies, Swablu candies, need to go to my Altaria. Next up is a Cramorant. Now this Cramorant, I don't remember which one this is. Let's see, helping speed M, skill trigger S, speed of help up. Like, it's interesting. At level 100, this would be a really great mixed list Cramorant, but mostly this was again part of that Skittles team, running it overnight. It even got sleep hours on night one time, but primarily was running it to just get some extra tasty chance overnight. Next up is another Shiny Swablu. You saw that right. If I swipe both ways, Shiny Swablus. Little awkward to catch duplicate Shinies back to back, but here we are. This one is also bad because otherwise it would be an Altaria already. It's got absolutely nothing. It even has the worst nature a berry specialist can have. I don't know what this Swablu thinks. It can even be like, oh, it thought it was an ingredient specialist because it doesn't have ingredient finding until level 100. It's just pretty. Next up is Chansey. And this Chansey is in my box because it's mono egg. It was I don't remember how many Happinies I caught, but this was the first Chansey that I caught. And it has ingredient finder at level 50 and helping speed at level 75. And I already have an egg farmer. So I was like, yeah, I guess this could be an egg farmer one day if I needed backup coverage on eggs. I would probably want to take it all the way to level 75. And the skill trigger is nice. The experience gains down. This is actually probably one that if I decided to invest in it and we had more mints, I'd consider minting, just because experience gains is kind of expensive, but also it just takes time to overcome. Time and resources Just depends on what my resource situation looks like in the future. Anyway, next up is Vulpix. This Vulpix again is here because it's probably the best one I found so far, and that is helping speed with ingredient finding down and berry finding at level 100. Definitely open to finding a better Alolan Vulpix. Next up is Eevee. This Eevee is probably here because it's another temporary one. I don't know why I can't let these guys go. Yeah, here we go. Skill level up M and main skill chance up with speed of held down. So like maybe better than the last temporary option that we looked at. Barely. It's all situational. I already have a Vaporeon invested. I already have Temporarion, that's an Espeon. I probably wouldn't temporary invest an Umbreon. I already have a Leafeon option. I already have a Flareon option. I already have a Glaceon. I already have a Jolteon. Like, why am I saving these? What am I doing? Anyway, next up is another Wooper. So we were still at Taupe Hollow. This one is ABC, which means it must be really good for me to save it. Ingredient Finder N, Helping Speed S, Inventory, Ingredient Finding Up in the Nature, and Helping Bonus. This thing is actually really, really good if we needed that list of mixed ingredients. Maybe one day I'd invest this, but obviously I haven't yet. Next up is Shiny Vulpix. And guys, this one's pretty fun. Look at this. Helping Speed M and Berry Finding S right off the bat. Unfortunately, that's basically all it has. That's really good, but it's shiny, right? Here's the problem. I am already invested in a Ninetales up to level 51 that has Berry Finding S, and it got Helping Speed M at level 50. So it's basically as good as this if I was to raise this one to level 50, but also it's shiny. So like we have to reinvest into the shiny one, right? Like if they're the same, but this one's shiny, this one wins. Plus that one's experience gains down. So my resources are actually gonna go farther on the shiny one. Plus it's gonna look a lot cooler. Next up is a Houndoom. A Houndoom that I'm sure I'm looking to replace. Double helping speed, and that's it. Next up is Jed. My very first Mawile that I caught this year after it was introduced was Mono Oil, and look at this thing. Helping Speed S, Ingredient Finder M, eventually Helping Speed M, make it even faster, and I used a mint on it because it had experience gains down. I think it was energy recovery up is relaxed. Oh, that's interesting. A relaxed Pokemon recovers energy faster, and it's lazier, so it's slow. Anyway, because Mawile candies were pretty hard to come by, I decided, you know what? I need to get rid of this experience gains down because I'm not trying to get a lot more Mawile candies than I was already struggling to get. And you can see I put a decent amount of sleep hours in this. We almost have that 1,000-hour ribbon. And since I got this thing to level 60, we have only gotten 21 more Mawile candies. So that seems like it was the right call. This thing would not even be close to level 60 without doing that. Well, okay, it could have been, but I would have had to use a lot more handy candies. Anyway, love this guy. Next up is Shiny Houndour. Definitely here because it's shiny, because I'm still planning on hunting for a Dark Berry Specialist. But yeah, helping bonus is good, and ingredient finding down is good. I do hope that whenever I find a great Houndour candidate that it does have leaks in that third slot, because I've been finding that having that level 60 slot even on non-ingredient specialists is really nice to just supplement ingredients, and leaks are hard to come by. Next up is a Steelix. This is one that I definitely would have mega hit on, and it has helping bonus and ingredient finding down, but not something I'm ever gonna pour my heart into. Next up is Gulpin. Once again, this Gulpin's probably pretty good. I'm guessing it has two good things if I remember. Skill trigger M and speed of help up. Yep, two good, and then eventually another helping speed. So as good as Tina, but not as good as Tina until it gets to level 75, which is a long ways away, especially because this one has experience gains down. And actually Tina gets skill trigger S at level 75, so Tina's actually better anyway, so I actually should just abandon you. I'm sorry, Gulpin. Next up is M. Another Charmander. This one is triple sausage. It has ingredient finding that can be sub-skill seated at level 50, but an adamant nature, the worst kind of nature. So probably I'm better off hunting a different one rather than using this one, especially because now we're seeing Beware is about to get to level 60. I should actually check if this thing with a mint outproduces Beware with just ingredient finder M. It probably does because of its A slot, but also I'm probably never going to invest this. As you can see, my Charmander candies are going to that black ginger. Next up is Farfetch'd. Now I had Hostess in my box, not investing in it quite yet, and during the Farfetch'd release, I was like, maybe Farfetch'd could be my bean sausage specialist. And when its ingredient list came out, I was like, oh my gosh, it really could be my bean sausage specialist. Except that even though it gives high quantities of bean sausage, it's actually not as good for bean sausage as other options in the game. But this one, ABB, has helping bonus and helping speed with eventual ingredient finding M at level 100. So if I never catch a different Farfetch'd along the way, maybe I could take this one to level 100 and have a flying type bean sausage farmer. To some of you, I'm sure that sounds insane, but you got to take what the game gives you sometimes. And this one is like a great ABB Farfetch'd at level 100. So maybe we would do that one day in the future. Next up is Shiny Honchkrow. Now, this thing showed up shiny, and I'm grateful that it did because I wasn't really hunting Murkrows. And it's going to take that extra main skill seed, and because it's shiny though, I think I would do it, especially because skill trigger M at level 50, eventually helping speed M, speed of help up, so 2 good things plus a shiny, probably good enough for me. Also, I don't really mind the ingredient finding on Honchkrow because its skill is being run to get ingredients. So like its ABB list, this is basically like a pseudo soybean farmer who could sometimes find even more soybeans and other ingredients. I mean, I have opinions on ingredient draw anyway, for another time. If you're interested in that, leave a comment. Next up is Farfetch'd again, an ABB Farfetch'd again. Same story that you just heard, but this one has berry finding S, so a little better than running it without berry finding S. It also has ingredient finding that can be upgraded. Overall, not good enough to invest in, which is why I ended up going with that Beware. Next up is Murkrow. Oh, guess it was not that long after that I caught a Murkrow. Also ABB, also relatively usable. It's actually, wait a minute. Okay, I guess this one has main skill chance down. I was like, wait a second. Inventory up, ingredient finding, and skill trigger with helping speed us later. It's the same one, just not shiny. I can choose, anyway, it's actually not because of the main skill chance down. So next up is Wooper, Paldean Wooper. B, berry finding S, ingredient finding. I mean, I don't think this one is as good as the other ones that we just looked at, so probably could bear to part with this one. But it's, I mean, I don't know. I just am a fan of berry finding S overall, so that's why I got to stay. Yeah, probably would have actually used this one. And I'll remind myself that by unfavoriting it, but like I said, too scared to transfer anything while we're in this process. Next up is Shiny Krogunk, and it's ABB, and I already remember the mint is there because it is ingredient finding down, which counteracts that level 51, but hey, if you're going to invest in a Krogunk, because you got all the candies for it, it's got to be the shiny one, right? But I would need a mint too, so it's just, okay, let me credit where credit is due. Shiny Krogunk and Toxicroak look really awesome. So next up is Dina, our Clodsire, who we caught as a Clodsire, who finally gave us that triple cacao, and who also had ingredient finder M, and who will eventually get better with helping speed that's upgradable, and who I love to run overnight because of that inventory space. At the time, I had enough Wooper candies to just take this thing to 60 after I caught it. So as soon as I needed cacao, it just got the investment. That's why it has barely any sleep hours. Rarely do I need to keep this thing engaged, especially because I run Golduck, who provides a certain amount of cacao. So typically Golduck is my main source of cacao, not when I need it, just because it's always passively producing it when I don't need it. Next up is Paldean Wooper again. This must have been caught same day, right? July 5th. Why did I catch another one after I caught that one? Probably because I was still hadn't invested at that point, but ABC. And this one was actually really good. 2 speed of help with a sub-skill in nature and 2 ingredient findings. This one might be better than the other ABC one that we already looked at, but I'll probably need to go around the numbers before I decide who to get rid of. I just have a hard time getting rid of stuff that's like objectively good. Next up is Larvitar, shiny. Probably never going to invest in shiny Larvitar other than to get the purple guy. This one doesn't really do anything that well until level 75, and I don't need these ingredients recovered. Maybe if I left the... No, I have a different. I just don't see use. It's a trophy. It's in the box. Next up is Sprigatito. I guarantee you when I got this, I was excited. ABB. Because I still need that long-term milk farmer. But the sub-skills on here... No ingredient finding, but the nature, if I remember correctly... Yes, is ingredient finding up. It makes a decent amount of milk, but not in the quantities that I'm looking for to change my investment. Right now I'm running a level 30 Blastoise that gets like 80 milk a day, and so taking up something to level 60 to get near that amount, it's just not worth it. I want something that brings in a killer amount of milk if I can find it. Next up is Fuecoco, shiny, triple A. Some of you are going to lose it when I show you this thing, because helping bonus, helping speed, later ingredient finding, experience gains up means it's less of an investment. I already have such a good Skeleturge that's AAA that I think was my second catch ever of a Fuecoco. I don't remember, I'm pretty sure it was, if it wasn't my second catch, it was very early on that I caught just an amazing one during the first anniversary event, of course. But this shiny one could be a mono apple farmer that I leave as a fire type berry to just give myself apple coverage. It's an idea, but probably not going to become a Skeleturge. Next up is Sprigatito, mono potato. I mean, this one's got to be good if it's in my box, but I don't really remember it right now. Ingredient finding, speed of help up. Okay, so 2 good things plus the monolith and eventually helping bonus. That's a good potato farmer. I am toying with the idea, just like I toyed a second ago with Fuecoco, that I should split invest Sprigatito and have something that I keep grass type and something that I keep as a dark type as Meowscarada, and I'm pretty sure I already know which one would be the Meowscarada because I've already evolved it. But this is a decent potato farmer. If I didn't already have potatoes covered, I probably would have invested in this one all the way to 60 right away. Next up is Shiny Mudkip. Viewers of the channel will remember this one. We caught this right away during the second anniversary event, and it's not good, but it is shiny, and it was fun to brag for a moment. Next up is Sobi. Now this guy's good. Are you ready for this? Obviously he's invested. Obviously he stays on the team to get overhealed. But he needed a couple of gold seeds, but he didn't need that many because he has skill level up M. So between evolving it to get 2 skill levels and then skill level up M, which was S, it needed a silver seed, which is still better than a gold seed in my opinion, as I have a huge backlog of gold seeds that I need. I know some people say silver seeds are rarer, and that's true, but you typically only need maybe 4 silver seeds max on a Pokemon that you probably shouldn't be gambling your silver seeds on. But gold seeds, sometimes you need 5, 6, 7, depending on what you catch. So I have a lot more gold seeds than I need than silver seeds is my situation. Anyway, this is an easy invest, especially because helping speed M and skill trigger M later, and in the nature, main skill chance up. So this thing is just all around really good. Ingredient finding at level 100 is gonna do nothing for it. It's almost insane. It's like I don't even have that sub skill. Next up is another Trico, and this one is probably worth investing in as well, if I remember correctly. Berry finding S, I mean, I should have seen that right away. Berry finding S, helping speed M, very good. Gets free skill levels at 75, also speed of help up nature, so this thing is also very good. It's actually stronger than the one that I invested in, and you can see I actually caught these 3 days apart, so it's not like I couldn't have made that call, but experience gains down, would have been harder to get there. Because of that skill level up S at 75, I would actually want to hold out on the seeds on this one. So maybe if I have enough Trico candies one day to actually take this thing to level 75, it will see investment. Until then, it's just gonna sit around the box. Next up is Shiny Trico. Wait, we got Shiny Mudkip and Shiny Trico this year, both during that event. That's incredible. That's a YouTuber luck, right? Also a free main skill level, also skill trigger S, also berry finding S. Why is the game giving me all these? Well, this one I wouldn't want to use till level 100, but also it's gonna need a mint if I recall, because that's not good. We need it to be triggering its main skill. That's the whole point. Maybe if I have enough candies to take this to level 100 and mint it one day. But probably not gonna happen. Next up is a Ditto. A Ditto that apparently needs a mint, but ABB, it could be a leek farmer, has ingredient finding twice, has helping bonus, but we need to get rid of that other ingredient finding. So another potential leek farmer for me. That's why, I mean, leeks are hard to come by, so this could be really good. I'm actually gonna do this right now because I'm interested to know if this thing could get to level 60 at the drop of a dime. It looks like we're gonna get pretty close, maybe high 50s, but maybe not quite all the way to 60. Let's go 58. Okay, so if I mini candy boosted this, but I would need the mint before I'd be willing to do that. But helping bonus looks good too. Anyway, that's why he's in the box, because he's interesting as a mint candidate. We'll have to see how expert mode evolves. We'll have to see how the leak stuff evolves. I also have a Doug Trio that's very good for leaks, but it's not as good as my Quackleval. Pretty sure this won't be as good as my Quackleval either. We'll have to see how that far-fetched hunt actually goes, because it's not that my Quackleval is bad, it's just that I might need multiple leek farmer options, because sometimes you need to get a lot of leaks. Next one is Minin. Now this is my one and done Minin, because I don't need Minin, but also because helping speed S, skill trigger S, both upgradable, and main skill chance up on the nature. This thing is really good as far as a mining goes, but also I don't need a Minin. I already have a pod expander. I don't need another pod expander. This year we saw the introduction of these Pokemon, Plusle, Minin, Toxel, well, Toxicity as well, but that have plus and minus main skills which need to work together, and I just don't like the idea of using 2 team slots to do one thing. So this thing might just sit here forever as a great Minin in my box, and I'll probably never catch another Minin again. Okay, I'll catch a shiny one if it shows up. Next up is Dragonair. Now this is a funny one. ABA, and the only reason that this could be in my box right now, as I'm investing in AAA Dragonite, trying to get it to level 60, and having already gotten a Dragonite ABB to level 60 that are both way good, this one has to be good to be an ABA that I'm considering in my box still. Let's see just how good it is. Ingredient finding, and experience gains down. Okay, well, most likely I'll never invest in this, but that double ingredient finding on a pseudo legendary, it just looks good. It's just hard to turn away from. It's hard to send in a Rolly. Next up is Sprigatito. Why does Dedenne say Sprigatito? This Dedenne, I'm sure, is not great, because I never caught a great one this year. Helping speed M, main skill chance up. Yeah, I mean, it's, for a while it was probably the best one I had, but not one that I wanted to invest in. Next up is Shiny Wobbuffet. Now I'm sure this isn't good, not only because Wobbuffet's not good, but I think I would remember if I got a good one. Main skill chance down. Yep, it's bad. It would need a mint. I'm not going to put a mint on a Wobbuffet. That's Pokemon Sleep 101. If you don't know, you could use Wobbuffet in your first couple weeks of the game, but eventually it's never going to be worth using. So if Wobbuffet's your favorite Pokemon, more power to you. I'll trade you this one if they introduce trading. Next up is Tigrita. Now this one we're going to talk about for a second, because I know that this one is good. Berry Finding S, which you probably already saw. Helping Speed S, which is upgradable if we look at these other sub-skills. And Speed of Help up, although it is experience gains down. It's going to take some hefty investment, and as you can see, we don't have Chikorita candies. You know why? It's because we already have this guy. This Meganium is everything that that guy is, except without the nature. When I run the stats on Rainanex, that other Chikorita is a lot better. If I had already gotten this one much more beyond 50, I would probably have a harder time pivoting, and I know it's going to be expensive, but it seems like it's going to be worth it to go get this guy based on the numbers I'm running. And I'm even going to be willing, based on what numbers I've run, to sub-skill seed the skill trigger S to M and drop main skill seeds on this thing because it's just that good. Helping bonus would have been nice, but berry finding +2 speeds is worth it to me, especially on one that has such a strong main skill. Like I said, would be willing to put seeds on it. So what are you gonna do? Next up is Caterpie, and this one is named less than shiny because it is not as good as the shiny one, although it is double helping speed plus helping bonus. If there was a non-BFS one to invest in, it's probably this, but I'm gonna hold out and try to get that berry finding S and helping bonus combo before I invest in a Caterpie. This is just one of the best options I've found so far. And funny enough, I did put this on some simulated teams, and that helping bonus helps this outperform in some cases in a team dynamic over my berry finding S shiny one. That is fine, but raw strength, obviously 1-to-1, that one's better, but situationally, and if I'm using the ingredients that this one can bring in as well, even though it has a super low ingredient rate, this one sometimes comes out better in certain team simulations I was running. So berry finding S obviously is super powerful, but depending on your configuration, depending on what else you have, depending on what else that helping bonus could be boosting, this is very investable in my mind. Next up is Toxel. So we did catch some Toxels, and any Toxels that are here are decent, but I also don't know Toxel enough to remember which ones are going to be which role. If I invest in any, it's because I want 2 amped ones for milk, but I'm pretty sure most of these are low-key because that's been my luck. Next up is a Ralt. Now this Ralt is a male, and so it's probably okay. If it was really good, I probably would remember it better, but let's see. Helping speed and skill trigger. Whoa. Oh, okay. The naughty nature. For a second, I was like, I should have remembered this thing, but that's why I don't remember it, is because it's gonna need a mint, most likely. This would be a Gallade candidate for sure. Actually might be worth the mint if I ever was in that situation where I wanted to be using Gallade, but that's probably years down the road before I'd ever actually invest this guy. Next up is Spheal. I know why this Spheal is here. It's because it has helping bonus and berry finding S, but you can see it doesn't have a star because I'm just annoyed at it. Pretty sure it has a speed of help down nature. Oh, it doesn't. It's that it has berry finding S so late that it's basically irrelevant. Actually, this one is really good. At level 100, it's incredible, but I'm gonna need more candies. Also, Holidays feels here. It needs my candies. More on that later. Next up is Shiny Eevee. Now, this one deserves a star. I know that this Eevee is good. Skill trigger S, helping speed, helping bonus. A mint could make this thing better, but very overcomable, especially that it's shiny. What would you evolve this into? Because I don't know what I'm doing with this thing still. I already have Vaporeon, Flareon, Glaceon, Jolteon. Pretty much my options here are Espeon, Umbreon, and Sylveon. I'm sure I just left one out. Please don't bury me. Umbreon has the coolest shiny, but it seems like a waste to use this on an Umbreon. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, maybe we go all in and just have a great Umbreon. Next up is Growlithe. Pretty sure we could transfer this Growlithe because of one I caught later, but it's interesting. Again, this is one of those ones where it's like, temporary investment could make this really good. If they did another fire event, it got free main skill levels. This thing could be running at max main skill level at the drop of a hat, but I'm pretty sure I already have other Arcanines that could do this better, that are my very early game investments that I now regret. Not that I regret them, I just never use them anymore because they're irrelevant in my box. Next up is iCloud Plus. You can see the level, you can see the nickname. This thing is good, and it has helping bonus, and it has berry finding S, and it has speed of help up in the nature. So we're grateful that we caught this year. This was great for our opening weeks at Amber Canyon. It will continue to be great at Amber Canyon. And whenever we need Dragonberry in expert mode, this thing is set. Next up is Rufflet. Now this Rufflet I'm pretty sure is here because it has berry finding S, and that it's about as strong as a different Braviary that I caught, and that we'll certainly run into soon. Yep, berry finding S, skill trigger S, speed of help down, overcomable, because overall that berry finding S makes this a net positive. It's interesting, but it's 2 good things, and typically I'm looking for 3 good things on a Skillmon before I'd be willing to invest it. But for a while it's been my best Rufflet option, so that's why it's gotten to stick around. Next up is another Ralts. Now, I already have 2 Gardevoirs fully invested with gold seeds, so why do I have another female Ralts sitting in my box still? I'll tell you why. It's because it's already main skill level 3. If I was to evolve it 2 more times, it would only need 1 more main skill level. And guess what? It gets it at level 50. And it has skill trigger. And it has helping speed. And it has more skill trigger. And it has main skill chance up. What the heck? It's so good and not needing gold seeds that it's like, I don't know when I would need a 3rd Gardevoir, but if I was ever going to put the candies back into something, I don't know. It's just like, it's so weirdly, like, I shouldn't throw this away, right? Like, this is, I'm losing my words. Not only can I not pronounce Gardevoir correctly, I'm like stumbling over how to even explain why I should keep this, because I shouldn't keep this. I will never invest in this, but it's so interesting that I just can't let it go. Anyway, do you have any Pokemon like that? Next up is Happiny. I have happened to not need an egg farmer or a potato farmer or a mixed list farmer. Is this one even good? Ingredient finding, helping speed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just the only Happiny I've ever caught. We'll find out if that's right or wrong in just a minute as we go through the rest of this box. By the way, if you're wondering, we're into September, so we're making a lot of progress. Caught a lot of interesting things this year. Next up is Shiny Bellsprout. Shiny Bellsprout gets added to the collection of other Shiny Bellsprout and Weeping Bells I already have. I'm pretty sure it's not great, but helping speed M, ingredient finder S eventually. It's just mostly here because it's shiny. Next up is a Pikachu. So this is named Pikachu because I was doing a bit in one of my videos about Pikachu being a good nickname for all of your Pokemon, kind of playing on how Pikachu is what some like moms out there call every Pokemon. And so I'm pretty sure the next couple might be named Pikachu, so just watch out. Anyway, this Pichu, helping bonus, helping speed. It's kind of that same situation as the Caterpie we looked at earlier. The double speed plus helping bonus is worth considering. Ideally, I would still find a Berry Finding S plus helping bonus 1, but too good to just ditch at this point. And achievable, because it's by level 50 it has those things. Next up is Pikachu, aka Plusle. This Plusle, if I recall, is decent enough that I thought, oh, I could invest that, I could make that work. It needs some silver seeds, skill trigger S and skill level up S, experience gains. Plusle's a weird one because if you're gonna raise it, well, Toxel and Plusle and Minun are kind of this weird set, right? But Plusle and Minun have their own candies. Toxel has to share candies between its species, but experience gains up, I was like, Plusle candies are not going to be something I'm coming by easily, so that actually resonates with me. The question is, would I ever actually use Plusle when I have Valentino, who we saw earlier? Probably not, but this one is good enough if I did decide I need a Plusle, and if I had the gold seeds, which I probably never will. So probably should just ditch this one. Next up is Mudkip. And this Mudkip is probably here because, as you can see, it has Berry Fighting S, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have much more than that. Helping speed, that's good too. But experience gains down for a too good thing here. Like, don't get me wrong. It's fine, but it doesn't make me excited to invest in it, which is why I didn't. But it also feels too good to throw away. Next up is Squirtle. Why would I save an ABC Squirtle, you might be wondering? Well, if I find a really good Pokemon, I can't let it go. And even though people might say, ABC, that's not good. 2 Silver Seeds, that's not good. Ingredient Finding Nature, that's good. But look at that ingredient list. Like, what? Like, guys, I definitely don't need to invest in another Blastoise. I definitely should be able to transfer this. But that double ingredient finding plus helping speed is just such a good combination, right? This is what Pokemon Sleep does. It just drives you insane. You can't get everything right. You can get some stuff right, and when you do, it's just... I just look at this Squirtle and go, I can make this work. I can do this. After I get my other ABB 1 to 60, after I get my other ABC 1 to 60 because it's almost there already, after I get a Mono Milk one that I also want to invest. Like, what am I doing? Next up is Raikou. In 2025, we saw the resurrection of the Legendary Beast event, which kind of works because the Legendary Beasts were resurrected Pokemon, right? Went ahead and caught just more Legendary Beasts because we had the event and they were here. And they were giving us biscuits to do it. Pretty sure this one's not great. Otherwise, I'd remember that I caught it. And yeah, it has main skill chance down, so probably never going to use this thing. But it's hard to let go of a legendary, even though I'm sure I've transferred some Suicunes by now. Next up is Suicune. If I remember correctly, this Suicune is like pretty good, but I already was investing one. Helping speed M, speed of help up, and helping speed later. This is an overnight Suicune. It's gonna generate a lot of extra overnight skill triggers with that inventory. Or if I have a day that I just can't play the game, maybe this one should go on the team. We made a video this last year on Suicune and Raikou and Entei, and I just don't think that they're really worth investing in personally. But that doesn't stop me from finding reasons to keep it in my box, because look at the situational use on this thing. Of course I could invest another Suicune specifically for running overnight situations. That's gonna be a thing, right? I need to learn to let stuff go, guys. It's supposed to be new year, new me. What am I doing? Next up is Caterpie. This one must have berry finding or something if it's got a star. Okay, helping bonus, helping speed, and helping speed again. So actually not as good as the other helping bonus one that we looked at, but would probably be out. I don't know if it's better or worse at level 75, but also would require less investment to get level 75 because of the hasty nature. I'm sure that I'll be able to let all of these Caterpies go once we catch the one. Next up is Shiny Totodile. Shiny Totodile, pretty sure is only here because he's shiny. Yep, it thinks it's a skill specialist. And it's not. It's supposed to be a berry specialist, so good on you, blue guy. Next up is Ekans. This Ekans has Berry Fighting S. I think it's the first Ekans I got with Berry Fighting S, like 30 something in. Speed of held down. Ugh, I'm definitely not going to pull the trigger on this guy. Why do I have it? Why is it starred? It's just the best one I found so far. Or it's at least... Actually, I think I found a better one, but it's just hard to let go of good ones until you've got the greatest one. Next up is another Ekans with Berry Finding S. I should have seen this coming. I've just played myself. This one has to be better than that other one, right? Berry Finding S without a speed of help down. Does this one... Okay, so this one is here because it gets helping speed eventually, whereas this one also gets helping speed eventually. Like, they're both starred. I'm never going to use these, right? I'm going to find the one, and it's not going to be either of these. Yeah, I have a problem. I need help. I need help to release these things. But what would really help to release them is catching the one that I'm going to invest in. Next up is Braviary, and this Braviary is going to need a nickname. This, if I remember correctly, is the Braviary that I caught when I was sitting next to Velociraptor. You might have seen me catch it on his channel because we recorded a joint sleep session on his phone. And helping speed M skill trigger and helping bonus main skill up. Like, this thing is just insane. I need to think of a good nickname for this, but I'll probably nickname him when he gets all the gold seeds he's gonna need, which is on my to-do list this year. Next up is Sprigatito again, and this one is also probably the best one I had caught to that point. At least, I mean, it's interesting. Main skill chance up, helping bonus, helping speed. We just couldn't get a skill trigger Dedenne for the life of us. I think we have one with skill trigger M at level 75, and we just never saw the sub skill. I was so willing to settle on a Dedenne if it could just have skill trigger, and we just couldn't get it. And I'm sure we're gonna see more Dedennes in the box. They're all favorited, and they're all still here because they're on my overnight extra tasty team, which I think I can let go of now because I don't think I need it anymore because of Holidays Feel, which we're gonna get to, I promise, but we can't get to that till we get to December, and we're still in October. So let's keep going. Next up is Pichu. Now, pretty sure I haven't had another Berry Finding S helping bonus Pichu, so this one must have one of those two at least. Berry Finding S and experience gains and helping speed. Like, we could probably let this guy go. So, sorry. I don't know why I kept it. It's hard to let go of things that are okay. Next up is Natu. It actually sounds like Natu. I'm pretty sure this is just the only Natu we've caught so far. Maybe we've caught another one since then, and we can let this one go. But if I did, it's because it's been caught in the new year. So it wasn't part of this. I have been specifically not touching my box so I could go through this exercise, okay? Next up is a Mankey. And this Mankey must have helping bonus if it's here. Yep, helping speed and helping bonus. And that's it. So not good enough to invest in by my standards, which I now have. And just the best Mankey I've caught so far. Next up is Holiday Hat Eevee. This is a catch it for the purpose of having it in the box. Oh, would you look at that? It's usable. Wait, does it have a bad nature? Yeah, main skill chance down. Okay, would you look at that? It's not usable. Next up is Shiny Pumpkaboo. Now this is annoying because it's ABA. And my issue with Pumpkaboo is that its inventory fills way too fast if you get those soybeans. Also because I don't need a Pumpkaboo to give me soybeans. I have things for that. And this one is extra annoying because it's good. Ingredient finding, helping speed, ingredient finding nature. Like, give me a usable shiny and then give me a terrible ingredient list. Why would you make a Pumpkaboo with such amazing sub skills and then not give it the amazing ingredient list and instead give it shining? Anyway, it's a box trophy. Maybe we'll invest in it one day. Maybe there will be a reason to get those soybean quantities one day with pumpkins. I like to think I'd invest in this one day, but I won't because, as we'll soon see, we caught a mono one with experience gains down. It's not this one. This one is AAB. Like, obviously we have to evolve this, but like the inventory on those 18 soybeans, like, it's just weird. Why did they give it so many? I mean, I know why. It's because they do like the 2, 5, 7 or whatever its base ingredient is, and then they, based on the strength of the ingredient, that's its B or C one, that's the determines the quantity. Like, I get it, but like, it just seems like too many. Give it a different ingredient. Anyway, this one is also here because it's good and interesting. You can see with ingredient finding M and a silver seed with the S, and this one's experience gains down, so it's going to need a lot of candies too. But this could have been a temp option potentially if I didn't find a different one to invest in, but we did. So next up is, I know that one, that's Dwebble. This is the first Dwebble I caught, and I'm pretty sure it's not that good, so I should have let it go. Helping speed, main skill chance up, and helping bonus and skill trigger. Okay. So 4 good sub skills, just 2 of them late, and maybe way too late, right? Like this, we're talking years until we get level 100, but also a good nature. So like, pretty sure I was one and done with Dwebble, but I happen to know that I caught another one that's better than this. Maybe because helping bonus is so valuable in the late game, I should hold out on this one. If you know, you know. Next up is Shiny Rufflet. We caught this one in Amber Canyon, and obviously we've been to Amber Canyon now because we just did a Dwebble, so this is the part of the year where we are in November in Amber Canyon. And I remember thinking that this Rufflet looks like it's from Amber Canyon because of its coloration. Anyway, pretty sure it's not good at all. Helping speed, skill trigger, helping speed. Okay, actually this one is very good, but not really coming online until level 75, so probably we wouldn't use it even though it looks really cool. Next up is Toxel, a Toxo with a mono milk list, but if I remember correctly, this one's going to evolve into the kind of Toxel that doesn't get extra milk, even though it has main skill chance up and skill trigger. This is, I mean, I should just not catch Toxels or try to get one on principle because this is so annoying. This would be such a great milk farmer if it had a nature for milk farming, but it doesn't. It has a nature for expanding the pot. I do not like this line. This does not make me like Toxel and Toxicity more. Next up is, that must be a Trapinch. It is ABB, and I can tell you this thing is going to have good sub skills. That's why it's still here. Ingredient finding S, helping speed, ingredient finding nature. Incredible. This is a great ABB ingredient finder if I needed herbs, and if I wasn't already investing in a Dragonite for herbs, and if Trapinch's job was to do anything but bring us avocados, because if you go look at how good it is for farming anything that's not avocados, it's just not that interesting. Next up is, that must be another Pumpkaboo. Nope, it's Gourgeist. I should have recognized that cry because I've been hearing it a lot lately, because this is Frankie, who is our mono pumpkin who got invested, who had experience gains down, and who actually just got invested like this past week, and I've just started making those dishes. It looks pretty good enough to invest in, double helping speed, and eventually ingredient finding. But because that mono list was going to be so annoying to hunt for, and I've spent a long time hunting for ingredient stuff before, and I just think, you know what, level 75 is probably close enough. I can work with this, is how I felt. And I guess that's the point of the game that I'm at, is now that I have a bunch of stuff at level 60 and can get stuff to level 60, I'm like, I might as well start looking at level 75 as a real consideration, especially for new stuff that comes in and does the same job as old stuff. Or, like, obviously this one is only going to help me produce pumpkins. It's the fastest one because it's a small variety and it has helping speed and the brave nature. So it brings in a decent amount of pumpkins. It's going to bring in an incredible amount of pumpkins at level 75. But until then, do I need an incredible amount of pumpkins? I can just stockpile some. It's Frankie. He's invested. We're not going back at this point, but it lets you know how I'm playing the game, and that's the whole point of watching this channel, right? Next up is Trapinch, another ABB Trapinch, and I'm sure we can let one of these go, but this one's also pretty great, if I remember correctly. And yes, this feels oddly similar, right? But it's good, so it's in the box still. Next up is Baggin. I don't remember how many Baggin I caught, but I wasn't focused on Baggin. I was focused on Trapinch. So I caught this one for the box. It has Berry Finding S. This probably wasn't my first one. I probably was catching them when they were hungry. But it also has Helping Speed, and really that's it. So two good things. It's interesting, but it's the one to beat for sure. Next up is another Baggin. And speaking of being the one to beat, this beats it. Helping Speed, upgradable, Berry Finding S, and Adamant Nature. That's 2 speed boosts plus Berry Finding S. This thing is really, really good. I don't know why I'm holding on to this one when I'm definitely going to be investing in this one. And how far apart did I catch these? It was the next day, and that's probably why, is it just felt too soon because I didn't know, but I'm definitely going to be investing this one. I'm not hunting Baggin anymore. I don't remember how many I caught, but it was not that many, and I lucked into this guy. Next up is a Mawile. Now, we already went over a Mawile today, so caught this one because it was hungry for sure. This one is an ABC list, so it's not doing the same job as the Mawile we invested already. And also, okay, the spacing on that main skill just is bugging me right now. Also, this one has double ingredient finding, so it's interesting probably will never invest this, probably will never have a need to invest this, especially because the ingredient finding M is blocking the S from becoming an M. So it'll be really good later. But now that I'm thinking about level 75, it's like, okay, well, this is interesting for level 75, but also, am I gonna really invest a second Mawile, especially when the one that I have gets better with helping speed M at 75? So I should just let this one go. It's likely never going to get invested. I didn't start either, but it feels too interesting and too potentially usable to throw away. Next up is Kipland. Now you can see the level 54. This guy is still a Mudkip, but only because I haven't been back to Topal yet to use it as a berry specialist there. This guy has the good stuff. Berry finding S, we used a silver seed for helping speed M, eventually gets helping bonus at 75. To me, that was good enough to invest. Its nature does have main skill chance down. Using a mint on this doesn't make it that much better in terms of how much it triggers its sub skill. It has a pretty low rate, but also has a very strong skill. So if there was ever a Pokemon that I was going to be willing to put main skill seeds into and have a main skill chance down nature, it's probably this one. But also I probably won't use those seeds because that's just me being all talk. But I feel really good about this guy. He's probably getting evolved next week when we head to Taupe Hollow, and he's gonna get a lot of levels because, I mean, look at those candies. We got tons of candies, and we're doing great on Dream Charge too. Next up is Xatu, and this is probably the best Xatu we've caught, but it's probably not great. Yeah, has basically just helping speed. It's just here because I haven't caught much Xatus. Next up is Jersey. We got a mono avocado Trapinch that I felt like was good enough to invest in, even though it's not great. And it becomes great. It becomes 99th percentile level 100 with ingredient finder M, but it does have S before then, so we went for it. Ingredient finder S with helping speed M. That took a silver seed. It gets some inventory, which is nice for ingredient finders. Doesn't have a nature. Well, again, has a nature. Bashful. Did I do that to Bashful last time? But becomes perfect at level 100, so we're gonna take this guy all the way. Next up is another Dwebble. Now this one is Dwebble Twebble because it's the second Dwebble we ever caught, and it's great. Helping speed, skill trigger, upgradable, berry finding, whatever, at 100, but main skill chance plus those good sub skills. Like, this is one to take to level 50, get those seeds into it, get it bringing in the skill trigger if I liked ingredient draw. Moving on. Next up is another Ekans. Now I'm pretty sure that this one's gonna have helping bonus and maybe some speeds. No, it has the combo. I forgot that I caught this. Okay, helping bonus and berry finding S, but just not in anywhere that's useful anytime soon. So that's why he gets to stay, is because he's got the combo. But he's not gonna get to stay, probably, because we'll find one eventually, right? Please. Next up is Primeape. Now, we already looked at helping bonus Mankey, so this Primeape must have like just berry finding S, and it's just another option. No. Why did I keep this one? Just helping speed? Just ingredient finding down? Barely good? I guess I probably kept this one because it's just, I'm trying to think of a situation where I'd actually use this. I don't think I will. I think I should have just transferred this one already. Next up is a Grubbin. Now this Grubbin is ABA, as you can see, and as we talked about earlier in the video actually. I have lots of Grubbin candy still, and this one with that list must be good if it's still here. Helping speed, ingredient finding, both upgradable, speed of health up. Like, interesting for sure. I really don't know what to do about my Grubbins, I guess. Man, I do this with a lot of things. With Sprigatito, with Grubbin, where I have a lot of good and interesting options, but I have a hard time committing because the ingredient finder role is already filled. And so I'm looking at these alternative lists and I just am indecisive because it's just such a niche job when you're not making it do a particular ingredient like mushrooms or coffee in this case. So maybe this will go eventually, or maybe it'll be the one that gets invested in. I don't know. And I guess that's why it's here, is because I don't know yet. Next up is another Farfetch'd. This one is AAB, and this one got to stay because it could have been a temporary league farmer for level 30/50 because it has ingredient finding and ingredient finder M. But I don't think I would want to take this to level 60, and I'd rather find a mono Farfetch that I felt good about taking to 60 if we're going to invest. That said, it's a temporary one. Like, I feel like I should invest in Ditto or Dugtrio before this guy to 30, right? But 30 feels cheap, but it's going to take a lot of candies to 60. I don't know. Do you guys keep around Pokemon like this? Am I the crazy one that has these things in my box that I'm like, well, I'll probably get rid of it later, but for now, I should keep it because just in case there's a far-fetched event, right? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Next up is Shiny Geodude. Maybe this guy got to stay because he's good. Ingredient Finder M and help speed of up. Like, Shiny plus 2 good things, a mixed list, which is probably the list I'm most interested on Geodude just because I've never invested one. Geodude used to be my Cramomatic candy in the past life because I was using them for Tyranitar, but it's another shiny. Next up is Drifblim, and I definitely wouldn't have guessed that. I do not hear this cry very often. This actually, I don't know if I'm always wearing my headphones when I check my stuff, but that might have been the first time I've ever really listened to Drifblim's cry. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this one's here because it's my only Drifblim. Oh, actually it's here because it's a discount Drifblim with helping bonus. So in theory, this one gets to main skill level 4 on its own. And then if we were in a ghost event where it got boosted by 3 for like a ghost legendary event, it would be level 7. And if I hadn't already invested in another Drifblim, maybe we could jump this one up with candy boost to get helping bonus. And it could be, this is actually a temporary option for a ghost event that could make sense. And I guess we do have Halloween every year, but I don't think we get 3 main skill levels on Halloween. At least I don't remember. It's interesting enough to keep in my box, but if I caught a good Drifblim, it would not stick around. If I caught a good Drifblim, it would not be this one. This wasn't great. Next up is Sprigatito. Sounds like Dedene's cry, if I'm being honest. It doesn't, but I feel like that kind of would make more sense as Dedene's cry. Now that I've been having this bit going, it just feels right. Anyway, this one is ABB, and I'm pretty sure it's decent with, yes, ingredient finding, but does not bring in a quantity of milk that makes me excited to invest, which is why I still haven't, but why it's still here. Because what if I need it to bring me milk and I have the candies for it, and I don't know. Investing is awkward in this game, guys. But we are to December, so we're getting close. Just a few more left. Next up is Quagsire. Oh, I can't believe I caught a Quagsire. Sorry to the fans. This one is ABC, which if I'm going to invest in a Quagsire, I'm never going to invest in a Quagsire. Yeah, I just don't like Quagsire. Maybe I'll cut this part from the video. Next up is Munna. This Munna must have something interesting if it's still here because I have a shiny one. Oh, Berry Finding S, that's why it's here. It's the best, strongest Munna I've found so far. But if I'm going to invest in one, I probably want a better one than this, especially because Munna is a lot weaker than Xatu. I'm basically going to need a perfect Munna Musharna candidate to be better than my pretty good Cresselia option. Next up is Shuppet. This Shuppet has Berry Finding S, and all the other ones that I found that had Berry Finding S had Speed of Health down, and this one didn't. So I'm pretty sure I've transferred other Shuppets, but this one got to stay. Next up is Sprigatito. I can't not hear it. Anyway, Shiny Dedenne, and this one is not good at all, but it is shiny. So helping speed, helping bonus is interesting, but it's a shiny. Next up is Sprigatito. I can't not do it. My brain just hears Sprigatito every time. Anyway, this one also was okay. We finally got Skill Trigger M, and basically that's the only thing that this guy has going for it. And so I was like, fine, I can settle on this. So whenever I get to the point where I have the main skill seeds and I'm going to skill level it up all the way, this one I will finally settle. Fine, we did it. Then I didn't have the main skill seeds, and then What's the date? December 25th. I caught this one on Christmas. By then, I mean, I caught this one, but we already knew Holiday's Feel was an option. And that's what I was catching hardcore during Christmas. And maybe that's the next thing, or maybe there's something else in between. No, it's Folly. This is Folly. Short for Sfoliday, which is the only thing that we should be calling this feel. I don't care what anyone says. You can tell me all you want to stop trying to make Sfoliday a thing. It's a thing. You can see that this guy's level 50, and I think I already spoiled the stats. Skill trigger M, helping speed M, main skill chance up, speed develop down, but come on, it's a guy wearing a wreath. It's gonna slow him down, of course. Why do you think he's so calm? It's because he has a wreath on his head. Anyway, it also had skill level up M, so it got me to main skill level 3 on its own, which meant I didn't have to wait around for the main skill seeds either, which is why, sorry, Sprigatito, you're not getting anything. Feel really good about this. Been running them all the time since I got this, but he does the work. He puts in the work. He gets us the crits. It's great. I no regrets at all on this guy. Next up is Citadel, and Citadel is the only Citadel we've ever caught because we don't need any of the things it can do for us. At least not, maybe Pumpkin's at level 60, but not this guy. But Ingredient Finder M, nothing else really interesting. If you've enjoyed this, please make sure you hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. You can hear from me daily if you become a member. Hope you have a great 2026 with lots of great Pokemon Sleep catches. Let's do this again sometime. Happy researching.